two in the parliament. That time, we have only one party in the parliament, the power. So that gives chance to Mr. Fanya Singbe to go to election, to contest again for the third time. That's why we say we are contesting. That's why we are hitting the road to say that we disagree. We don't want one person to contest, to go to be on power for a long time. Because if you see Ghana, you see Benin, right now in Burkina Faso, things have changed in those countries. So that's why we are calling for reform before the election. To avoid violence, we don't want people to be killed again because of politics. That's why we are hitting road today.
But it seems the ruling party, unique ruling party of President Faure is dragging his feet. They are not showing the willingness to go to the parliament and do the reforms. Also, they claim that it is rather the opposition party that does not want to do the reform through a consensus. What is your view about this?
This is the same in the whole world, especially in Africa. It was the same attitude in Burkina Faso. The Burkina Faso, they do the same thing. You see, they do the same thing. And also in Togo, in Congo, right now, in Congo, they are doing the same thing. The power he wants to change the constitution to allow Kabila to contest again, and Kabila's people want to do it. They don't want to listen to the opposition because according to them, they have power, they have soldiers. It's the same thing over here. Fanya Singbe's people don't want to make things peacefully because they think they have power with them. But let me tell you something. There is any army stronger or powerful than the people. Never. If the people or the population are organized, they will do whatever they want to do to save or help their country. That's the case.
But in case they don't want to do the reforms before to hold the forthcoming presidential election, what are you going to do as a civil rights organization in Togo?
Yeah, that's why right now I'm organizing the population as a human rights defender and politician. I'm going to the areas, I'm going to the villages to organize people, to talk to people. Like say Martin Luther King say, if you don't have, even though you don't have power, you don't have guns, you have to organize your people like the power, those who have power too are doing it. So we don't have guns, but we are organizing our people to contest, to be mobilized again the third time of the power of Fanya Singbe. That's what we are doing. And we know that we will be organized, we will do it, and we will succeed. Because, like say, François Hollande in Dakar, François Hollande said they will support the civil servants and the youth that will fight against the dictatorship. So, as a young guy, I'm 43, we have to fight for our future. Because if there's no changes, no development, you have to be honest. You can see everything shining. No changes, no development.
But obviously, President Faure Gnassingbé has never come out publicly to say that he's going to contest, he's going to be part of the race for 2015.
Thank you very much. I'm not new in politics. I'm in politics for a long time. And even Faure Gnassingbé's people, parliamentarians, 2 weeks ago, say it publicly that they have to give 10 more years to Faure Gnassingbé to rule this country. This came from the mouth of the parliamentarians of Faure Gnassingbé's party, that they need 10 more years for Faure Gnassingbé to rule this country.
But it seems the current constitution allows him to stand again.
Yes, to avoid this kind of problem, let's go back to the constitution of 1992. That's all. That was the popular vote for this country. That's why everybody, 98 or 97% of Togolese say, this is our constitution. Nobody has power to change that constitution. That's why we call that constitution back. We need the constitution of 1992 back. That will avoid everything.
But the special envoy for Ban Ki-moon was in, Dr. Ibn Champagne was in Lomé some weeks ago.
Yeah.
He has he called upon all the Togolese political actors to sit down and have consensus over the reforms.
Thank you very much.
To do the amendment of the constitution.
I know Chambers not today. I know Chambers for a long time. I know the game Chambers play. Chambers was in Lomé last week. I know him very well. Togolese are doing a lot of consensus. The population, the opposition. So it's the government to say that we don't want to kill Togolese because of election. And we need to do the reform before the election. And also, we have to be prepared. Though even if Chambers ask people to talk with each other, we the population, we are being organizing to say bye-bye to Fonya Singbe and his government peacefully.
But it seems that some political analysts are saying that opposition parties or radical opposition leaders are afraid of President Fonya Singbe. Why not go and fight against him?
Where?
During the elections.
Now let me tell you something. Nobody's afraid of Fonya Singbe.
Can they beat Fonya Singbe in 2015?
We always beat that regime. They never won an election in this country. Because the things are not clear, the constitution, if you see the CENI, Electoral Commission, and those who, there's nothing clear over there. That's why we say we need a reform before the election. Because he will never win the election, but they will say, this is Fonya Singbe, he's the one who win the election. You don't need it.
So it means that you are also calling for institutional reforms in Togo, because we have just talked about the INEC and the Constitutional Court.
Yeah.
So are you also appealing, calling for institutional reforms in Togo?
Yes, because the actual government had changed our constitution in 2002. Like I just said, the popular vote in 1992, that was our first constitution, with the popular vote. They have changed it in 2002 in the parliament. That's why, to avoid violence, we need that constitution to come back. That's what we are talking about.
So now the only things civil rights organizations and the radical opposition parties want, it is the coming back of the 1992 constitution.
That's all.
That's all. So your critics say that you are civil rights organizations in Togo are too much politicized. That is why they are backing up the opposition parties. What do you say?
No, I say no. I disagree. Because civil rights organizations are there for poor people, are there for weak people, are there for those who don't have voice to talk, voiceless people. If you go to Congo, Burkina Faso, even US, everywhere, civil rights organizations are freedom fighters. They are fighting against the dictators. They are fighting against those who say they are stronger than others. That's what we are doing. We are not politicized. This is not the first time the civil servants or human rights organizations are fighting against the government. This is not the first time. Even if you see Congo right now, one of the bishops, the Catholic bishops, are calling their president, Kabila, to not kill people. That he disagrees with what Kabila's government is doing. That's the case. We are not politicized, but we are fighting against the dictatorship. We are fighting against people who are killing our people, the population, for nothing. Because even Fonya Singbe himself say that they are only the minorities are destroying the country's welfare. He said, from his own mouth, he said that. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. We cannot see, you cannot understand that kind of situation. People are suffering. If you're a human rights defender, you need to stand against this kind of situation.
But last week, the Togolese gendarmes stopped them from demonstrating in Lomé to ask for reforms.
No, they stopped us, but we stayed there for about 4 good days. I don't know if you were there. We stayed there for 4 good days. From Tuesday till Friday. I was there myself. Even, let's say, even if gendarmes are sacking us, we are still there, we will still fight against the government. If you see Congo today, since Tuesday, Monday, they are killing people, but people are still fighting. That's it.
So don't you think that it will be better to come together and then have a consensus?
No, look. We did it long time, many times. Even last time, Mr. Olympio signed an agreement with Fonya Simbes and his party, but they didn't respect anything. That's why we have those who can discuss with them, and we are organizing our population against them. It's not that if some people are talking with them, some people too have to organize the population.
In case they don't want to hold any discussion, or they don't want to do the reform before the presidential election, will Togolese go to the polls in 2015?
I don't know. To me, I'm not going to be a candidate, but we are organizing the population to say no to that kind of election, because we know that people will die again for nothing.
So are you going to call the population to boycott?
If not to boycott, we are going to call people to sack this president from the power, because we are not going to have any fair election in this country if we didn't have the reforms.
But this is an insurrection we are talking about.
It's normal, because we are suffering too much. This is taking so long. I'm not afraid of it.
That organizing an insurrection in a country like Togo, don't you think it's very dangerous?
Never. In 2005, they killed more than 1,000 people. So he needs to be ready to kill more than 10,000 Togolese in this year.
So coming to your political history, you were in the Union of Forces for Change Party of Mr. Gilchrist Olympio. Why have you decided now today to be yourself, to be a human rights activist all of a sudden?
I'm a founder member of Mr. Olympio's party. And I was a youth leader for a long time. Before I became the vice chairman of the party. And last year I was sacked from the party because I don't agree the way Mr. Olympio and Fonya Simbe are managing the agreements that Mr. Olympio they have signed. Because normally, we're supposed to have non-violence election, and we're supposed to have peaceful changes according to the agreement they have signed. So I always talk to Mr. Olympio that I disagree. I don't want, if Mr. Ford cannot respect the agreement, let's stop it.
So what are those agreements you say of Mr. Gilchrist Olympio signed with the ruling party of Fonya Sibe in 2006?
Yeah.
Briefly.
What we know is about peaceful changes in this country. Because people died too much because of election in this country, or politics. So we know that Mr. Olympio was charismatic leader in this country. So when this charismatic leader will sign an agreement, everybody's supposed to be good, to be happy, and agree with that kind of agreement. But finally, we were deceived.
By who?
We were disappointed.
You were deceived or disappointed by who?
By Mr. Olympio.
Why?
Because Fonya Simbe didn't respect the agreement. Mr. Olympio was supposed to say, it's enough. If you don't want to respect the agreement, we need to stop everything. So Mr. Olympio didn't do it, and I don't know why he's taking the population to. That's why I was disappointed.
So now coming to the organization had backed up Togolese workers several times in the past to hold demos in the country, nationwide demonstrations in the country.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, let's talk about as if we are tomorrow. Thursday, Togolese are holding another Togolese workers are holding another 2-day strike action to ask for increase of salaries. Why are they organizing today's strike action?
Yeah, thank you very much. You know why in Togo the workers are suffering too much, and if the workers are suffering, it's the whole population that are suffering, because our SMIG here, the salary is 35. The minimum salary is 35,000 CFA. 35,000 CFA.
Compared to Benin?
Compared to Benin, Ghana, Burkina Faso, even don't talk about every coast. 35,000. What are you going to do? They don't have their rights. Medical system, they don't have anything. You see, that's why we support them. We have to be with those workers.
So you say they don't have medical insurance?
Go to Wasem. Wasem workers, they have marched, they have demonstrated last week. I don't know if you are aware. The Wasem in Tablibo, they have demonstrated last week. So we see all this. And in this country, you see how the Chinese are treating our population. If you go to the zone French, the free zone, there's nothing good over there. You see Lebanese, Chinese, these people, they are not treating well the Togolese, the workers. So we need to back this kind of organization. We need to back this kind of demonstration. That's very important.
So the civil rights organization like yours have decided to back up on the trade unions, mainly Synergie Togolaise des Travailleurs, in what they are asking for.
Sure, because it's good for everybody. It's good for the whole. The target or objective of a politician or human rights defender is for the welfare for the population. That's what we are fighting for. We are not fighting only just for the power, no, but we need to fight for our people's welfare. That's very important.
But the government say they have just adopted a new budget for this year, 2015. So they are asking the Togolese workers, their trade union, to wait.
They always say that they never do anything good. They never treat good our workers in this country. You see how many young people after school they have their bachelor degree, master degree, but they always drive motorcycle. They don't have any job to do. That's very, it's not normal for this country. This is a very small country.
So you agree that even doctors, medical doctors also are holding today's strike action. So when you go, I'm just from the Lomé Central Hospital where the patients, I say sick persons are there waiting for services. What do you do? How will you react to that?
That's positive. They have to do it because they are not well paid, first. Secondly,
but people will die at the hospital.
Yeah, if people will die today and tomorrow the situation or the problem will be solved, that's a very good thing.
It can be you.
Sure, it doesn't matter. If I can die today and Togo will change, I'll die today. I agree.
So you are backing up the strike action of the doctors in all the hospitals in Togo?
100%.
100%. So thank you for talking to BBC.
Thank you very much.